Listen to me carefully, because what I'm about to say will hit you harder than you expect. A woman's hug is never just a hug, and if you've been treating it like a harmless, random gesture, you've already missed the message she hoped you'd understand. The truth is, when a woman chooses to wrap her arms around you, she's revealing something deeper about how she feels, what she fears, and what she hopes you'll notice, but she'll never speak it out loud. Not because she doesn't want to, but because she's terrified you'll misunderstand it. Most men think physical affection from a woman is simple, warm, sweet, maybe affectionate. But to her, that moment is a psychological doorway she carefully opens only for certain men. A hug is the one place where her body speaks before her words do, and every instinct she has is hoping you're the kind of man who can read the truth she's silently trying to show you. You might not realize this, but women don't hug every man the same way. They don't offer that physical closeness unless something inside them feels safe. Safe with your presence, safe with your energy, safe with the way you look at them. And when she chooses to hug you first, or hold you just a second longer, or press her head into your chest instead of your shoulder, she's sending a message most men never decode. You make me feel grounded. You make me feel protected. And part of me hopes you feel something too. There's a reason a woman's hug lingers in your mind long after it happens. It's because her hug is the only moment where all the emotional tension dissolves, her anxiety, her uncertainty, her overthinking. Everything she hides behind confidence, jokes, or polite conversation slips away the moment she's in your arms. That's why it feels different. That's why you remember it. That's why you replay it. But I need you to understand something deeper. A woman doesn't hug you for attention. She doesn't hug you because she's bored. She doesn't hug you because it's polite. Women hug men when their intuition whispers, "He won't hurt me if I get close." And that level of trust is rare. It's precious. And most men casually throw it away because they don't understand what they've been given. You might think she hugged you because she's friendly, but friendly hugs are quick, light, and forgettable. What she gave you was different, wasn't it? You felt her exhale. You felt her relax. You felt her let her guard down in a way she doesn't with others. That is not friendliness. That is emotional vulnerability disguised as affection. She's showing you the one powerful truth she'll never speak aloud. You matter more to me than you think. There's a moment, right before a woman hugs you, where she hesitates. Not because she's unsure, but because she's checking something. She's scanning your energy, your expression, the way you hold yourself. She's asking herself silently, will he welcome this or will he pull away? Women feel far more than they reveal, and that split-second pause is her heart making a calculation. Whether you're emotionally safe enough for her to let her guard drop for even a few seconds. Most men underestimate how much courage it takes for a woman to initiate closeness. You see, she lives in a world where every gesture she makes is judged. If she's too distant, she's cold. If she's too warm, she's leading someone on. So when she steps forward and chooses to hug you, she's not being casual. She's taking an emotional risk you probably didn't even notice. That hug is her saying, "I trust you enough to come closer." And trust is not something women give away lightly. What you don't see is the emotional storm inside her, all the thoughts she hides. Women hug the man they feel connected to, even if they haven't admitted it. And she hopes, quietly, secretly, that when she wraps her arms around you, something in you reacts. Not in a dramatic way, not in a needy way, but in a way that tells her she's not alone in feeling what she feels. And here's the truth most men never hear. A woman's hug is the first test. Not a manipulative test, an instinctive one. She wants to know how you handle her softness, how you respond when she's vulnerable, whether you tighten your arms around her or just let her go, whether you stay present or become awkward. A woman's body can tell the difference instantly. She notices if tension rises in you or if you relax into the moment. She notices the gentleness in your touch, the steadiness in your breathing, the way you hold her as if she's worth holding. Men often assume women want grand gestures, but what moves her most is how you make her feel in the smallest, quietest moments. That's why a hug matters. It reveals your character without a single word. She can feel whether you're respectful, whether you're confident, whether you're grounded. She can sense if you see her as a whole person, not just someone who's giving you attention. But here's the part that would shock most men. The hug she gives you is rarely about romance at first. It's about emotional recognition. A woman hugs you when she feels seen, when she feels understood, when your presence eases the weight she carries alone. She may not say it, but that hug is her way of whispering, "Your presence affects me." There's a reason her hug stays in your mind longer than her words ever do. It's because a woman's body reveals what her mouth is too afraid to say. When she steps into your arms, she's letting you experience a version of her she hides from the world. A softer, quieter, unguarded self she only shows to a man who affects her more than she's willing to admit. That's the truth most men overlook. They're so focused on whether she likes them that they miss the moment she already gave them the answer. When a woman chooses to hug you, she's not communicating desire, she's communicating trust. And trust is the most intimate currency a woman has. You can earn attraction with looks, status, charm, but trust is earned only through presence. She hugs you when she knows she doesn't have to pretend around you. Not perfect, not tough, not emotionally bulletproof. She hugs you because when you're near, she feels her own heart settle, even if she doesn't fully understand why. Most men don't realize that a woman decides what kind of man you are the moment you hug her back. Your arms tell her what your personality won't. If you're timid, she feels it. If you're desperate, she feels that too. If you're calm and grounded, she melts without understanding why. She's reading cues from your embrace, the steadiness of your hands, the warmth in your posture, the absence of pressure or demand. She's learning who you are not by what you say, but by what you are when she's physically close to you. And here's something men rarely hear. She remembers how you made her feel. Women are emotional record keepers. If she felt calm in your arms, she'll seek that feeling again. If she felt seen, she'll return. If she felt valued without being pushed, she'll lean closer next time. But if she felt tension or impatience or even disinterest, she won't risk opening that door again. A woman never forgets the emotional tone of a hug. It becomes part of how she categorizes you in her life. Some women hug to see if you're a safe place. Some hug because they already feel connected and want to express it silently. Some hug because being close to you slows down the noise in their mind. And some hug because they're hoping you feel the same thing they're too afraid to verbalize. But every single time, the message beneath the gesture is the same. I'm letting you close enough to feel me. Don't make me regret it. So many men chase signs, texts, looks, compliments, when the real sign was already in front of them. A woman's hug is the moment her guard lowers just enough for you to glimpse what she feels. Not the full truth, but the doorway to it. And if you felt something shift inside you during that hug, that wasn't imagination. That was resonance, the emotional alignment between a man she trusts and a woman who's quietly choosing him. There's a moment after the hug, when she pulls away but looks at you for just a second longer, that most men completely overlook. That tiny pause, that faint, searching glance, that soft exhale she tries to hide, that is the moment she reveals the truth she hoped you felt. Because for her, the hug wasn't the end of the message. It was the beginning. She's watching your reaction, your body language, your silence. She's watching to see if you understood the emotional weight she just placed in your hands. Women don't hug a man they feel nothing toward. They don't hold on to someone who doesn't shift something inside them. And they definitely don't linger unless part of them hopes you feel the connection too. That's what most men miss. After the hug, she's not evaluating your attractiveness. She's evaluating your emotional intelligence. She wants to know if you're aware enough to sense what that moment meant. She wants to know if you're the kind of man who can read her without needing her to spell everything out. And if you didn't rush, didn't pull away too fast, didn't treat it like some casual interaction. She noticed. She noticed if you held her with presence. She noticed if your breathing stayed calm. She noticed if your arms told her, "I'm here, I'm steady, and you're safe." That's the moment a woman begins to trust you on a deeper level, not because of what you did, but because of how she felt around you. But here's where the truth becomes uncomfortable. A hug is also the moment where she subconsciously reveals what she's been trying to hide. If she relaxed in your arms, she feels something for you. If she sighed, she feels comfort. If she trembled even slightly, she was nervous about how deeply she cares. If she pressed her head against you, she feels safe in a way she doesn't with most men. And if she held on just a moment longer than necessary, That was her heart reaching for connection while her mind kept quiet. She may walk away acting normal, talking casually, changing the subject, pretending nothing happened. But believe me, she felt something. Women are emotional processors. They replay moments in their mind. She will think about that hug hours later. She'll remember the warmth, the closeness, the subtle details of how you touched her. She will analyze your reaction, wondering whether you understood the message she gave you, and she will quietly wait to see what you do next. Because when a woman chooses to hug you, she's sharing one powerful truth she can't risk saying out loud. You matter to me more than I want to admit. Not necessarily love, not obsession, but meaning, presence, emotional significance. You are not just another man in the room. You are a man whose energy shifts something inside her, and she's hoping quietly, cautiously, that she shifts something inside you too. So now I'll ask you something only you can answer. Has a woman ever hugged you in a way that felt like she was saying something deeper, something emotional, something she couldn't speak? Tell me in the comments. And if this video hit you, like it, subscribe, and share it with a man who needs to understand the message behind her touch.